I'm sorry. What?
This game has serious content warnings.
Welcome back to Omori. I don't know what I was expecting. You know, I've been conditioned to think that I start up the game and you get Omori, like black and white, and cute piano music. And this is not that. This is very much black space, Sunny, and Omori. I don't know how I feel about that. I did not expect the menu to change. I don't think very many games change the menu on you. I think the only games that I have played off the top of my head that change the menu are Final Fantasy games. Like, after you beat the game, the menu is different. So this is a thing. And then it goes back to cute. It's not congruent. This tree is also a very, like, it's more detailed than it was before. So, okay, that menu was so jarring that I forgot everything from before. So, last time we played, we got more of the real world stuff. I have these two theories about what could have happened with Mari as far as her death. I still hope that one of them is not true. I mean, neither of them are great. Mari being gone is not great for anybody. That's what the whole concept of the game seems to be. We went back into this dream world, which I wasn't expecting. I guess I just thought that, like, on the last day, we would just wake up and that would be it. But no. So I think Basil had said, like, if you want to know what's going on, you go into the tree. So here we go. The menu is very foreboding, considering. Is this our house? No, this is Hiro's house. It's that portrait, right? I don't know who's on the couch, and it's scary. Oh. That's Basil. It's like a photo of Basil. Or a mirror. It looks like a mirror. Of Basil holding something. Looks like legs. Someone else is holding legs. That's not great. Oh! Oh, we have to put all the photos in order. This makes me think of Danganronpa. In the Danganronpa series, you have these trials and you have to, like, piece things together and figure out, like, who done it based on the evidence, and they make, you know, mini games out of it. This kind of feels like. But this feels darker than Danganronpa. Don't get me wrong, like, the premise of Danganronpa, I don't want to ruin it for someone who hasn't played it. The whole concept of Danganronpa is dark when you think about it, but they also kind of, I think, play it up in a way to make it seem not dark, and that could be because of, like, Japanese censorship things, because I believe it's a Japanese game, and, like, censorship is different there. But, like, you know, when you have the blood pink, is that because of censorship? Are you trying to make light of it? Is it a stylistic thing? It's hard to tell. These photos stylistically are so different from what we've seen before. But it also fits with what Basil had said, because Basil had said that they like to take photos that are in the moment, because that feels more real. These photos feel like that. Of course, black and white. I also just realized, too, the outline of this area is the black space stuff. Oh, the person's gone, too. Oh. You know what I just realized? When we have had some of these scary moments before in the game, we've had this red light that comes in through the window. Like, the very first time that we had something scary with the stairs, there's this red light that came in through the window. And the red light is the black space stuff. So has it been that the black space has been creeping in this entire time? Could that also be connected to what they were saying when they said that we've been pushing it down? Because there was reference to the library, a lighthouse, which I just never found, I guess, and I think something else. So could that be that it was creeping in, like the light through the windows, and that's when we pushed it to another place, like mentally? Yeah, because I can't even try to get to this. Oh no, this isn't Hero's house. This is our house, and this is our family photo. All the faces scribbled out, except for, like, Mari's is less scribbled out. Eerie red glow. Yeah, that's the same thing. Eerie red glow. Feel strangely drawn to it. Like, strangely drawn to the black space. Can we leave? No. Door is locked. Do we have a menu? No. Okay. Did we see Mari in a hospital? We see 4 kids climbing a ladder to space. If we saw Mari in the hospital, that would explain this kind of imagery being in our dream. Person's breathing steadily. So, okay, the pictures of them carrying her, did they find her first and then brought her to the hospital? So these 2 different theories that I have about Mari and her death, maybe both happened. One happened first, and then she went to the hospital, maybe recovered, and then the other happened? That's not great. I really hope these photos, like, weren't taken in real life. Like, I really do hope that this is, like, the actual dream stuff and not a real life thing, because these are, you know, when I think of grief and loss, I think that, especially right after we have lost someone, we want to sometimes remember every last thing about them, but sometimes we don't want to remember them in that way. So sometimes we want to take a ton of pictures of someone while they're in the hospital, for example. But is that how we want to remember them? And this is, of course, a very personal thing. This is not something that there is a clear right or wrong answer for. But it's a really hard thing, because there is no right or wrong answer, and all grief sucks, and sometimes we feel like we don't have any good memories of them without hanging on to those things. These beds are clearing out. Like, this is the one I found the photograph on, and this one used to have someone there that said breathing steadily, and now they're not there anymore. Makes me afraid to click on them in case they won't be breathing steadily. Oh, the TVs are different. I just assumed they would say the same thing, but they don't. You see 3 kids and 1 toast. You see 4 kids talking to a giant statue. So is this like when they would play things? 4 kids playing in the forest. 4 kids riding a minecart. These are like the adventures in the dream world. 5 kids having a picnic. 4 kids riding an elevator. I was gonna say, did we ride an elevator? We did, with Jossum. 4 kids talking to a whale. Good photo. If we were there to witness all of these things that happened with Mari, That would be so incredibly traumatizing, depending on like what age we're at. But I think at the same time there's a desire to want to be there or want to see it. This person is not breathing. Yeah, what is it with the stairs? The stairs have been a theme since the very beginning. And the hair right there makes it look like someone at the bottom of the stairs. Why is there red on your face like that? That wasn't... I don't think it did that before. Now look at... Oh, I can't, like, look at your face. Can't go into any of the rooms. The game kind of forces you to go downstairs, doesn't it? Well, and I believe... If I remember right, we were told that this is when we were going to find out what happened. Does that mean we were going to find out what happened with the stairs? The game has been teaching us and conditioning us that the stairs are scary, but why? Yeah, I mean, these two is in the mind of Sunny. This one we're not putting in the book. The person's gone, but the closet's there. Is there an accident with the stairs? Omori's face is being taken over by red. Person's not breathing. Sunny, don't worry, everything is gonna be okay. What is this place? Up until now, we've been like and going through places again that we've already been at. It's interesting. We've seen these footprints before. Is that implying that it's us leaving the footprints, or I should say our own mind leaving the footprints? So who found her? What is that? Oh, that's the Mari in the mirror. This game is sad. Oh, the violin. Do we feel responsible somehow? Because of the violin? Or is that just like chance? So it was also right before a recital. And she was a perfectionist. And she had a bad knee. I'm gonna hope that there is no maliciousness or even accidental pushing involved, because that adds another layer to it that makes it worse, if that's the case. The spotlight? Oh, is it a circle of violins? Yeah, we're all turning red. Is it like this? Oh, the scrapes are still there from Basil. Why Basil? Why is there still that connection to Basil? Why is it Basil who was the one who said, I'll show you the truth? And what is it with the treehouse? Oh, do you want to screw in the light bulb? The fear lines on the floor. Do you want to pick up this photo? That kind of implies that we can choose purposefully. This concept of ignorance is bliss. I think it's kind of too late now. Like, we're too far down this rabbit hole to choose that. That's so sad. All the photos have red in them now. For the eyes. And so do we. I've been finding myself wondering if this is still what actually happened in real life, or is this just what we are blaming ourselves for? Because those can be two very different things. Kind of like how we can feel like we are lazy, or we're procrastinating, or we can feel all these lazy things about ourselves, but that doesn't necessarily make it true. It's this idea of perception, our perception, versus, we could argue, what is other people's perception or reality, those concepts. And we are still inside Sunny's dream world. So is this what actually happened? Or is it just what we feel responsible for? I suppose at a certain point it probably doesn't matter as far as how we feel. But, I mean, it still does matter. Oh, I just had a horrible thought. Are these photos gonna have the descriptions just like Basil's did? I'll add some extra trauma spice onto all of this, won't it? Oh, I bet the missing photos are at the tree. Because the tree is still somehow involved in all of this. Oh. Was there that accident where, like the photos are implying, where Sunny pushed her down the stairs and then they made it look like she died at the tree. That would be such a secret to have on so many levels. Oh, I hope that's not the case. Ah. This is a very long road. Oh, I think that's what it's saying. Oh, I don't like that. If that's the case, that's one of those things where it's like, where kind of relationship do we have with our parents to where we don't feel like we can talk to them about something like that too? Shit, not like it would be easy to have that conversation with anybody, but like, hasn't that kind of been an overall theme with the game? Like, where are your parents? There's still one more photo, isn't there? That's why that something is shaped the way it is. That's horrific imagery. Is it all black? Oh, it's just going through all the photos. This is one of those things where, if this is how it happened, if we're kids, do we actually know what we're doing? As far as like making decisions like this that are huge decisions, like even adults making these decisions are huge decisions. And I say that with this idea that our prefrontal cortex, like the part of our brain that helps us make critical thinking decisions, isn't fully developed until we're like 24 or 25. I say that knowing that the first time I heard that, I was not 24 or 25, and I remember thinking to myself, are you saying I can't make decisions? I mean, that's not what I'm saying, but like, there is that idea that that part of our brain just is not fully formed until we're a certain age. Having said that, of course, if something like this happens, that part of the brain is probably not kicking in as much. But we also don't have as much life experience when we're a kid. And how can we make these decisions when we just don't have as much life experience with this kind of stuff? I mean, things like, how do we know what state she was actually in? Are there other things that could have happened? Are there other resources that could have been used? But if we don't feel like we can ask for help, it's so hard to know that those resources are available to us. Wait a second. It's not just Sunny. We see Sunny from a third-party perspective. So whose hands are in the shot here? Is Basil there? That's right, because it was Mari and Basil who knew the secret. So what... going back to the same question I've had for ages, what is Basil's part in this? So Basil has his hands on Sunny's shoulders. And Basil is helping carry... Is that a mirror? And that's why we saw that thing with the letters where it was the tree getting knocked down. So what's in the toy box? There's that thing saying don't forget in the toy box or whatever with the key. If all of the stuff that we saw when we got the letters was connected to this, what was that about? Is it that toy chest? Oh. The background changed. It was very grudge-like, which is always horrible. The sound is not only creepy, but it bounces between like one ear and the other, which makes it worse. I don't like that. Can I just go back to bed? Actually, no, I don't want that either. Am I gonna see something in the mirror? It's kind of been a theme at night, hasn't it? Yeah. Why is there an eye? Did the fall only injure her? Because why is there an eye? It could be... So much of this is about perception. So it could be that we are imagining that. Kind of like why the dark is so scary. Just click out of that. The dark is so scary because it's the unknown. We imagine all of these horrible, scary things that happen in the dark because we just can't see. We don't know what's happening, right? It's probably one of the most common fears when we're a child, and then as an adult, the unknown is more like the future. But it's still the same underlying theme of the unknown that is scary. So this could be the perception of like Sunny's what if, like what if she was still alive? But do you want to save Basil? That's always been a question. This is like the third time we've been asked that. Yes? Oh, that door opens so slowly. And that sound just keeps bouncing around. Hi, Basil. No. Oh, I am actually. No, I'm not doing this. Ah, Sunny, it's just you. Who else would it be? I'm glad you came. It's so good to see you. I came to you that day. The day Mari died. When Mari fell, you couldn't have done it. It was something behind you, wasn't it? You're a good person, Sunny. I know you're a good person. A good person wouldn't do something like that. That's really hard. We have labels like good person and bad person, because then if we do something that mentally doesn't fit the label of a good person or a bad person, then we feel all kinds of conflicted about how do we label ourselves. After all this time, you finally come back for me. But tomorrow, you're going away. How could you do that? That text. That's mean, Sunny. That's so mean. Ah, there's something all around us now. Can you see it, Sunny? There's no way out of this, is there? Where are you going? Stop trying to leave me. I reloaded a save. Trying not to leave. I don't like this. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it! So Basil's being haunted by this. Basil was there. I don't want to be alone. Not again. You can't leave me again. No, you wouldn't leave me. That's not like you, Sunny. It's something behind you again, isn't it? Ah, there it is now. Do you see it? Stay away. Stay away from Sunny. I'll protect you no matter what, Sunny. You can count on me. When something killed Mari. Oh, that explains why there's that kind of corruption on Omori's face. This idea of like something being a part of it, like that kind of corruption. When something ruined all my photos, I didn't say anything. Or even calling the trauma something. I didn't want people to think it was you, Sunny. Wait. Aubrey said that Basil ruined the photos. And then she started bullying Basil because of it, because she like misinterpreted it. And she like her friends started bullying along with her. Basil is saying that it wasn't him, that it was Sunny, and he just like kept his mouth shut. He protected Sunny. So every time the word like something is there, it's like Sunny or part of Sunny. Is that what he's saying? Sunny wouldn't do something like that. Would Omori? Is that what you're saying? Don't worry, Sunny. I'll save you again. Oh, Basil. Something behind you. I'll get rid of it once and for all. Sunny, don't be scared. I'm scared too, but this is for the best. Everything is going to be okay. Everything. Everything is going to be okay. This can't be happening in reality. Like, a form of this could be happening in reality. But this is, like, we woke up, right? So either we are still in a dream, or this is not playing out how we're actually seeing it right now. So what is happening in reality? If some form of this is happening in reality, what is actually happening? Because we can't have literally been pulled in by a shadow. Oh, heartbeat. Like the more anxious we get, the faster our heart will beat. What will Sunny do? Interesting. But again, this is reality. We can't actually fight Basil. We would be fighting Basil. Well, who are we fighting? We're actually fighting Basil. Well, using a skill makes more sense then. Because we just want to calm ourselves down, especially if what Basil said is true, where the something is us. Calm down, remove some emotions, and heal some heart. Yeah, that makes more sense. Oh, you tried to calm down, but your lungs fought to breathe. So, like... So having a conversation about this, having a conversation about, like, facing Basil and talking about something we've just like mentally faced it ourselves. Like, we've been suppressing these memories of our sister for so long because we haven't been able to deal with it. One of the most common things that I feel like happens with trauma is we either remember it very vividly, like it's a photograph in our brain, or we don't remember it at all. Let me back that up just a second and add a little caveat to that and say just because we don't remember something doesn't mean it's trauma. That's not what I'm saying. But these are some kind of common trends that I've noticed with the people that I work with, is that when we do talk about trauma, it's either, we remember it super vividly or we don't remember it at all. And so if Sunny is one of those people where he doesn't remember his trauma at all when it comes to the trauma with Mari, and by moving, like the moving potentially started this this snowball effect of remembering what happened and bringing all this stuff to the surface, especially because he's not ready. Like, it's not as though he's going through this with therapy where they're talking about, like, how did you cope it, like, you know, ways to cope and handle this stuff, and going through it at a pace that hopefully Sunny feels. We usually don't feel fully ready to handle trauma, but usually if we have some ability to cope and we are purposefully saying, yes, I am choosing to face this trauma, that usually goes better or feels better than just suddenly being faced with it without those things. But that's that latter situation is what Sunny is dealing with. Suddenly having to move and seeing his friends again has brought up all of this stuff from his past that he's not ready to deal with. It sounds like he doesn't have a lot of ways to cope. Potentially, I say that because I'm assuming, since we're talking about like high levels of anxiety. However, potentially Mari did encourage some amount of grounding and coping, because we've seen that where we literally have calm down, focus, persist. So potentially Mari was there as a parental figure to say, hey, maybe we should learn some coping strategies here. But meeting Basil, who is such a core part of this trauma, it sounds like was like an overload to the system. To the point where maybe we're having this panic attack. And panic attacks are so incredibly difficult because it's like our anxiety is telling us that we are not going to make it through this situation. Even though that's not what happens, but that's what it feels like. And our body reacts as though that is what is happening. We have a very physical reaction to that. And that is what my first reaction is when I read this. Like, our lungs are fighting to breathe. It reminds me of how people talk about panic attacks, in the sense of like, are we actually breathing? Yes, but that's not how it feels. Basil's eyes are red from crying. You want to run, but then, oh, the heart rate thing is getting redder. So we want to run, but I get this impression that we're rooted there, probably very much like Basil is. Well, I don't want to attack. I don't want to run either. Like, we ran last time when Basil was having a panic attack in the bathroom. It was really heartbreaking. Oh, we can't do calm down again. We can do focus, where our next attack is a critical hit, which I don't want to attack. And we can do persist. Well, this reminds me too of that section in Black Space, or wherever it was, where we kind of cycle through these. So let's try focus. Oh yeah, so it's like the eye anxiety, tried to focus but nausea overwhelmed you. It's like the anxiety, the eye anxiety, the anxiety about Mari, the fear about whatever, that is coming up. What did that say? You want to run. Persist. Sunny. There is no way out of this, is there? You tried to persist, but you couldn't hold steady. Oh. It's like Basil reached inside. Ugh. You want to run. But Basil was actively saying before this battle that he was protecting Sunny. Why would all of a sudden Basil attack unless it was our perception of Basil, or our fear? Because this also isn't a lot of damage, all things considering. We have nothing else but attacking or running. We can't run. I don't want to attack though. I have no other skills. I can't. Oh, this is awful. really sorry, Basil. Like, legitimately sorry. Not like video game sorry, where I'm, like, actively choosing to do it regardless of what I say. Like, if I had another choice, Basil, I would do it. Another choice that I knew of. Tell me, Sunny. Am I selfish for doing this? See, here's the other thing, too. I don't feel like all of this is in reality, so to speak. We've seen so much in the dream world. So when he says, doing this, I'm sitting here going, what is this? What is it, this thing that we're talking about? So we're each attacking with... At least we're not attacking with knives. That's better than I thought it was going to be. Oh, but I don't like how red that heart thing is, because to me that implies that we're gonna get to number 10 and we're gonna do some kind of attack, and I don't want to. I really don't. Can we just... I don't want to attack Basil. I don't. Basil is our friend. Ugh, Sunny. Do you hate me? No. Reaches inside Sunny to run. Oh. I am really sorry, Basil. Please stop it. I am trying, buddy. Is this like two kids having panic attacks next to each other? I shouldn't laugh at that, but like, I mean, it's not great, but to me that feels better than like attacking with a knife. Oh, jeez. I don't want to attack. Please stop struggling, Sunny. I'm so tired. You want to run? Something is going... Oh, everything is going to be okay. Stressed out. Well, those numbers don't make sense anymore. Everything is going to be okay. The everything is going to be okay, I always took that as from Mari. So, if we're getting that message now, when we are like this level of stress, to me that kind of implies that we've heard that so much in our life that it's potentially a habit, because that can happen. Like, whenever we enter that fight, flight, or freeze mode, we start to, like, our default will be to cope however our habits are. If our habit is a not so healthy coping skill, that's just what we'll do. It's habit. If our habit is a healthier coping skill, that's what we'll do. It's a habit. We will do whatever we don't have to think about doing. So, has Sunny heard that from Mari so much that it is a habit to think that way, at least a little bit? I still can't run. Can't do anything but attack. Oh, that's not great. But it goes the other way too. So how much of this is our perception? I can't run. Basil. Why? Why won't you stop? I'm sorry. What? No, you need to load faster. Why are you in the road, Sunny? What? No, no. What happened? Where's Basil's house again? This happy music, and then it's like, no, but you're repeating yourself? So was all of that was all of that a dream? What? Is the cat gonna be like looking for something? Isn't that usually what the cat says? Ugh. Isn't this the way to our house? I don't want to go to our house. I want to go to Basil's house. I was like, that's not in our house. This implies happy things. This music implies happy things. Oh, hi, Sunny. You found your way back home. I can't... This can't be the end. I don't know if I've ever said this properly, but I'm sorry for causing you so much trouble. There's no for sale sign. When I gave you my photo album, I really did want you to have it. But somehow, whenever I try to help, I always end up burdening you instead. Even back then. All this pain we've been feeling, the guilt in our hearts. Even if you try to bottle it all up, it all comes out somehow. That is very true. I want to say that everything will be okay. That we have no choice but to carry on. But that's up to you. Aubrey, Kel, and Hero are good friends. Wait, is this like a goodbye scene between the two of them? You have to trust that they'll forgive us. It's hard to truly believe that, but... These photos in our album, they're not just photos, they're real memories. Our memories is proof of our friendship. Hold these pictures close and remember what you want to protect. It's getting brighter. I'm sorry. It looks like I'm burdening you again. The word burden is so heavy. The path to your future will open soon, but only you can decide what to do in the end. It's not much, but I'll be cheering you on. Oh. Sunny, let's make some new memories together, okay? What happened in that bathroom? Basil! Your acknowledgement of the truth has come at a great cost, but is not too late for redemption. Fortunately, you still know the way back home. Okay. Oh, you still know your way back home, do I? As I walk past it. I'm not... It's so weird to not have the for sale sign here. What am I gonna be seeing? Yeah, I was saying that earlier. Is it in Mari's room? This is weird. There's furniture. What is this? The TV remote. Dad gets really mad when it goes missing. We have learned nothing about your parents, even if it's usually stuck in the couch. That song. Nice big couch, perfect for falling asleep. I can never seem to sit through a whole movie. Nice big TV. Watching Saturday morning cartoons here was the best. So we do know that this is in the past. That music. Regular houseplant, nothing special. I want to visit the piano room last. Can we go into the back? We always had a large backyard, so it's nice to finally make use of it now that there's a treehouse. The treehouse is further back, but I can still see my favorite tree. An unfinished cup of coffee. Mom leaves these around whenever she's stressed. A refrigerator. Open it. Yeah? Leftovers again. Is it steak? An old toaster. Mom says that it's even older than me. The stove. Mari begs Hiro to cook for her often, but since he makes too much, he ends up cooking for everyone. Cutting board. Mari accidentally cut her finger here. It was the first time I saw her cry. Kitchen sink. Washing dishes is the worst. The microwave. I've enjoyed making many meals with this. Trash can. Me likes to hide in here. Oh, buddy. The house looks so lived in now compared to when it was empty. Even right now, like, they give it warm colors, which helps give it that lived in impression, versus before was very cool and cold colors. Books that Mom and Dad have collected over the years. All they do is gather dust. Well, and before, too, everything that we would click on would be like, this is a box. Or, you know, like, there wasn't much point in clicking on things, whereas now everything is such a different description. Books that Mom and Dad have collected over the years. Mom's porcelain vases. There used to be more, but I broke one of them. Mari took the blame for it, though. A stack of cork coasters. Dad gets them at work for free. Basket full of fruits. Mari's adamant about having fresh fruit in the house. Oh, that I didn't want to click on the TV. I wanted to click on the fireplace. A warm fireplace. My baby pictures are over the mantle. I don't like to smile, not even in photos. What? What's here, though? I'm curious about the other stuff, but I don't want to accidentally miss out on the piano room. Is there gonna be anything in the mirror this time? Well, there's no sticky note. No, just brighter. Does our room look different? Oh, we shared a room with Mari. I suppose that makes more sense. Mari's bed, and mine too, when I had nightmares. Oh, sad. So then... what was the room under the stairs? Mari's clothes, they smell like clean laundry. A cat. Her. Good kitty. Are we gonna get out the violin and play the last recital? Sonny, it's almost time. You've been through a lot these past few days. You must be tired. We all make mistakes. You've been running from this one for a long time now. It's tough to own up to them sometimes, but you'll forgive yourself, won't you? Is this us saying the things that we wish Mari would say to us? You can do this, Sonny. You've worked really hard to get to this point. There's only one thing left to do now. Know that I'll always be watching over you, okay? For me, personally, I think that this concept of people who are gone saying one last goodbye is probably the saddest thing. Because we don't get that goodbye most of the time. But we always crave that closure. So the concept of being able to get that, for me, is very sad. That is also something we crave. As long as you remember me, I'll be here. With something like this, I would think a lot of music would be very hard. An analogy that I think is very appropriate for grief is this idea that it's like English. Grief is like being tossed into the ocean in the middle of a storm. And where you feel like we are constantly being pulled under the waves and we have no idea which way is up and we feel like we're drowning. But then give it some time and eventually we find where up is and we find where to breathe because the storm is past. With time, that eventually does happen, even though we don't always like to hear that. But no matter what, we're still left in the middle of an ocean. And there are still going to be times when the waves crash over us, and usually, because the storm has passed, we can see when those waves are coming, and it's usually event-type things, like holidays, anniversaries, those kinds of things, birthdays. I would think with something like this, where Mari had such a tie to music, that I would think that music, especially piano music, classical music, those would be some of those waves, where you would know that would be potentially something that would remind you of the grief or bring up those feelings of loss for you. I would imagine that would kind of always be something that's a little harder for you. Just like, holidays or birthdays kind of tend to be. Those things kind of remind us that person isn't there. You can do this, Sonny. You worked really hard to get to this point. There's only one thing left to do now. Know that I'll always be watching over you, okay? As long as you remember me, I'll be here. Yeah, but like, why would we want to leave this? I suppose that's the whole concept of the cute world that we've lived in, too. Like, why would we want to leave Mari? But like, if we're able to talk to a version of her that feels accurate, that feels real, why would we want to leave that? I mean, that's the whole point, I guess. Considering how they've talked about Mari, though, this version of Mari feels more accurate. Not because she's playing a piano, but she's kind of encouraging Sonny to move on more. There's the door. Piano music stopped. Is there a new violin? Is that what it is? This idea of like, don't give up on something that you love, kind of a thing? The light bulb. Do you want to unlock the toy box? Yes. Because if Mari was a perfectionist, would she have pushed Sunny to practice so much that it wasn't fun anymore? And then could he have thrown the violin down the stairs, even though violins are hella expensive? And broken it. Because then you can't practice anymore, you can't force me to play anymore, kind of a thing. Especially right before a recital, where there's so much pressure, or contest or whatever it was. And that could make her really angry too, with like the perfectionist tendencies. Not a violin. Strands of long black hair are entangled with its strings. Like, this violin is so connected in our minds with what happened. You got sheet music from that recital. Paper is torn, wrinkled by blood. They can still be read. Why is there the light bulb there? So, what are you doing with this? She's gone. The door is still there. Cardboard boxes. This room, if it had a little bit cooler light tones, it'd feel like the current home, like modern home. Whereas like, it's just cardboard boxes. An open toy box. A light bulb being there. Feels foreboding. Is there gonna be anything in the mirror now? No. Surprisingly lit up. Huh, okay. So... what are you doing with this? It is too quiet in this house now. It is very unsettling. Okay, so the stairs aren't creepy anymore. This is in the dream world. Is this us trying to get closure? Then why did we have that whole thing with Basil? How much of that was real? Okay, this room feels like the only logical place to go. I can't go into my inventory. Like, I get the impression we're supposed to play the music because they made the point of saying that we could still read it. A wooden chair. I like to sit here and listen to Mari play the piano. So I get this impression we're supposed to play the sheet music, but I can't do anything with it. Do we leave? We leave. Maybe we don't. What is this? Also, don't stand in the middle of the road, Sunny. Can you get on the sidewalk? This is the most random part of the game. Like, so much of this has a connection to the trauma, and is like, this is a road. Yes, I got just what I needed. This is really far back in the past. Even Mari looks young. Oh no, my hand doesn't look so good. You can't just tell people that, Cal. You have to keep a good poker face. Ah, when did you get behind me, Mari? Ah, there's the photo being taken. Oh, so this is the summer that a lot of the photos got taken. I just got here, silly. Here, I brought cookies for everyone. Basil, are you taking a photo? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, don't take a photo when I'm struggling like this. Oh, don't be so dramatic, Cal. It's just a card game. Huh? Another photo? And what's so funny anyway? Is there something you're not telling us, Basil? Don't worry about it. You'll find out soon enough. Oh. This is weird. Sunny, you're so small. Small with like an O. Yeah, that's not how you spell. Mari. Mari's cookies are the best, huh, Sunny? Oh, Hero, don't be so humble. You know your cookies are way better than mine. Hey, that's subjective. That's a big word for a kid. Mari's cookies have way more love baked into them. I could eat them forever. Oh, stop it, Hero. You're embarrassing me. Well, they probably aren't dating at this point, but they definitely care for each other. You look at Kel's hand. It's a 4, a 6, and a 6. Don't look, Sunny. It's too horrible. I'm going to lose, aren't I? You look at your hand. It's an ace and an ace. Ooh. Tough luck as usual. Oh, our ace is bad. LTV. What? Why are we here? Why do we need to see this? You look at Basil's hand. It's a jack and an ace. Shh, don't tell anyone, okay? Yeah, so this is the picture that he took of the cards where I was like, why'd you take a picture of 2 cards? I can't. Aubrey, I want to talk to you. And Hero. You look at Hero's hand. It's a king, a queen, and an ace. Talk about luck, huh, Sunny? It's so nice to spend our last days of summer here. We should do this every year. Here, have a cookie. Aw, you got Mari's cookie. It was perfectly crisp on the outside and sweet and gooey on the inside. You look at Aubrey's hand. It has a 2, a 5, and a 10. What do you think, Sunny? What should I do? Decisions. What are we doing? Are you sure you want to go? No. I mean, isn't this like, again, part of the nostalgia? Like, these are the good times. Everybody was alive and together. And happy and playing games. It feels bad to, like, willingly leave that. Or willingly leave these moments. I don't think there's anything else I can do. So sad. You remembered the smell of freshly baked cookies. It smelled better knowing that Mari made it from scratch. The violin mended a part of itself. Huh. So, like, getting memories that are good memories. Is this like the road to redemption? What is this memory? Are we going through the whole photo album? Is that what we're doing? Basically, like, these were photos in Basil's photo album. And there, the watermelon's all cut up. Come on, everyone, take a slice. Yay, thank you, Hero. Look at you, such a big, strong man. Aw, not now, Mari. Woohoo! Nothing beats a nice, juicy watermelon on a hot summer day. Does that sound just keep going? Apparently. Yeah, so we're going through all these photo album moments. And we can save. Hey, don't take a picture of me while I'm eating, Basil. I'm sorry, Aubrey. I just thought you looked cute. I'll show you when it's ready. Well, okay, fine. I trust you, Basil. So this is when we could play in the sand. An ordinary sandcastle. Huh. It's weird, because I had all those moments in the black space where you could just like keep going and it would be an infinite loop. You can't do that here. Ew, gross. Stop spitting seeds on me, Cal. You have seeds all over your face. Well, how about this then? Ew, stop it, Aubrey. You're gonna give me cooties. Hey, Sunny, did you want to see the photo of Aubrey? Yeah. Aubrey's so cute, isn't she? Oh, we're just going through this again. Guys, come on, we're at the beach. We're supposed to be relaxing. Let them play, hero. They're just teasing each other. Remember how we were when we were younger? I used to hide bugs in your desk all the time just to see your reaction. You were always so funny. Wait, that was you? Oh, oops. Am I in trouble now, hero? This is the sound from the very first playground area. I remember the little cat sounds in the background. Relax, unwind, and enjoy. Life is good at the beach. I mean, I don't want to go. Are you sure you want to go? No. No, I don't, but... There's only so much that you can get from a memory. You remember the taste of watermelon. It tasted more delicious when you ate it with everyone in the hot summer. The violin mended a part of itself. Looks like everyone fell asleep. I guess it's just us three now. Everyone must be feeling sleepy after such a big meal. Oh, this is the time when they all have like the sleepover or whatever. Thank you for cooking for all of us, hero. Oh, it's nothing. I'm just practicing a little. I'm glad you all liked it. One day, you're going to be a world-famous chef and you're going to cook me lots of yummy food. Huh? Wait, I am? Oh. I can see now why Hero may not want to be a chef. Because it's this idea of I can't cook for Mari. And that was like the thing, right? Of course you are. I believe in you, Hero. Well, if you say so. Wouldn't that flash wake everybody up? I'm glad you're using your camera more now, Basil. You seem to be enjoying your new hobby. Yeah, I guess it's pretty fun once you get the hang of it. But wait a second. There's something strange in this photo. Hector, how could you? That's when Hector took a dump. Sunny, are you gonna wake up? Oh, there we go. Ah! That's funny. It's the sound of like the eggs and all that other stuff. Mari's cookies. This was the picnic basket at the dock where it was like, it's not the same. A half-eaten watermelon. The other half is in everyone's stomachs. Snore. Hey, Sunny. Can I poke your brain for a minute? I really love cooking and all. And Mari says I'm really good, but my parents want me to become a doctor. Do you think I should become a chef? I think you should do what you want to do. I think that if you... I think that if you have Mari saying one thing, be a chef. If you have your parents saying, be a doctor. If you ask me, as in Sunny, should I be a chef? Isn't that the same thing as just listening to Mari or your parents? Like, doing what you want to do is more helpful than just listening to other people in your life, even though sometimes it's hard to figure out what we want to do. I'm gonna say yes, though, because maybe being a doctor is people-pleasing. Maybe. We're still too young. We should dream big, right? Yeah. Mom's gonna have something to say about that. Aubrey hardly makes any noise when she's sleeping. So cute. Does that mean that you like Aubrey? Oh, hey, little brother. Sorry, did we wake you? You look so peaceful sleeping there. Reminds me of when you were just a baby. Hey, Sunny, I took a photo of everyone earlier. Want to see? Hiro and Mari are very parental to the others. This could have been such a good shot, but Hector had to ruin the photo with his poop. Maybe I can cover it with tape later. I mean, I don't think it's that awful, though. It feels bad to, like, purposefully leave and choose to leave all these memories. I mean, we can't... Living in the past isn't very helpful for us, though, because then we miss out on the present. You remembered the feeling of sleeping in Mari's lap. It felt more comfortable because you knew that no matter what, Mari would always keep you safe. The violin mended a part of itself. Also, as a complete side note, can you imagine how cool that would be to have a violin that would mend itself? Violins are already hella expensive, and they would probably charge a lot more money to make one that would mend itself, but wouldn't that be cool? Then they could use the same wood to make hardwood flooring that would mend itself. The possibilities are somewhat endless, but that would be really cool. Oh, the rain. Yeah. Where the shopkeep wouldn't let Kel into the comic book store. Hey, Sunny. Hey, Basil. What took you guys so long? Sorry, we got carried away playing this new game where you fight each other with these things called pet rocks. Now, Basil, take a photo. Take a picture of my new raincoat. Oh, okay. One sec. I'm picturing like a big clunky Polaroid, and those things, like, that would have been really hard to just carry around everywhere so you could take these impromptu photos. Do you like it, Sunny? It's my favorite color, pink. Ew, pink is a gross color. Cal. No, it's not, Cal. You're a gross color. That doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, but like, who cares half the time when you make like a, I guess like a defensive insult like that. Oh, Sunny, that reminds me. Mari and I were talking about dyeing our hair together. Mari says she's gonna dye her hair purple. That's really cool. I've had my hair purple before. Purple? You want to know what color I chose? Pink. Wait. Are you saying you want to dye your hair pink? Ew, that's weird. Why would you ever do that? I don't know. I just thought it'd be cute. Mari thinks so too. I'll never understand you two and your crazy ideas. I think pink would look good on you, Aubrey. Basil seems to support all of them. Like, he doesn't care what they want to do. He's like, I'm your friend, so I'm gonna support you. What do you think, Sunny? Yes. Sunny says... Why is it Sunny says? Couldn't they have heard what I said? It's like you're... Usually you hear that kind of thing when there's some kind of like speech impediment or something like that for like a translator. Because it's like, Basil asked Sunny, what do you think? Couldn't they have just heard? Interesting. Sunny says he thinks that pink is a great color. See, even Basil and Sunny agree. You're the one who's weird, Cal. Psh, whatever. I like that detail here of like the water pooling up right at the driveway. I kind of expected the splash sounds. What is it, Sunny? Do you want to see the photo? Yeah. You always ask to look at my photo whenever I take any photos of Aubrey. I think Sunny has a crush on Aubrey. Do I maybe sense a little crush? You feel your ears turning red. Don't worry, I won't say anything. My lips are sealed. Yay, that settles it. One day I'm gonna dye my hair pink. But maybe not anytime soon. My dad is kind of strict about these things. So when did your dad stop caring about it? You said you and Basil were playing with that new pet rock game. Maybe I should get into it too. Hey, I know. Why don't I go to Hobbies to check if they have any new stuff? Oh, so today was the day that he got Hector, the rock. Oh, are you going on ahead, Sunny? Don't worry about us. We'll catch up in a minute. You remembered the sound of falling rain as it hit your umbrella. It sounded more calming knowing that you were standing next to your best friends. The violin mended a part of itself. These are very bittersweet moments. It went from this, like, horror, like, very high anxiety to, like, these bittersweet things. Interesting kind of emotional ride as far as, the journey that the game is taking a player, so to speak. Are you sure you don't want to be in the photo, Sunny? Which one is this? Sunny is a bit camera shy. We all have those days, don't we? Oh, the birthday. Are we also gonna see Sunny's birthday? It's okay, Sunny. You'll get used to it soon enough. Wow, this cake looks so amazing. You've really outdone yourself this time, Hero. Yay, thanks, Hero. I love strawberries. Basil, what wish are you going to make? Hey, you can't ask that, Aubrey, or else it won't come true. Huh? Is that how it works? Then in that case, I wish that Cal would get straight A's in school. So, like, basically, I wish he wouldn't get straight A's in school. Hey, you can't do that. A wish. But what should I wish for? I have everything I could want right here. It's also interesting. This is, I guess, a bit of an observation that I'd commented before. The game didn't share much about Basil. The game kind of shared moments about the other characters in the sense that they were along with us on this journey in this other world. And technically, that wasn't knowing about the other characters. It was our perception of the other characters or how we wanted to see them in this dream world. But Basil wasn't there, so we never got that same glimpse into Basil. And even in the real world, we didn't get anything about Basil. So it's interesting to me that we only see, as far as like character development goes, we've gotten little bits and pieces of character development from the other characters, like in small chunks throughout the game. But with Basil, it's a bit of an exposition dump at the end, and it doesn't feel bad for me as a player. But he again, I've said a lot about how I feel like he is so different from the others in that way, but that is one thing that sets him apart. It feels so purposeful in that way, in that his character development is all at the end. We don't learn anything about him. His character development pacing is drastically different from the others. Him and Mari and Sunny all have very different character development pacing things than the others, in different ways, I guess. I think it changes how you can see them. It almost feels like they don't want you to feel much for Basil until this moment. Like, it feels like, because you don't know much about them. And that's just like, that's my subjective kind of observation with that. Because then when you play again, if you were to play again, knowing what you know about Basil, you'd have a different experience with that. I guess that's my perception of that. Because right now as I'm playing this part, I have an entirely different perception on Basil than I did before. Going back to the game. Oh, I know. I think I'll wish for... Just kidding. It's a secret. I want to know, though. Guys, if we don't hurry, the candles are going to melt. Are we all ready to sing? Yeah, you bet. Did you want to start us off, Mari? Sure thing. And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Basil. Happy birthday to you. Woohoo! Blow out your candles, Basil. Make a wish. You remembered Basil's smile as he was about to blow out his birthday candles, but you also remembered, as Basil made his wish, you made one too. At that time, you wished for everyone to be happy. The violin mended a part of itself. How many parts of this violin do we have? Oh, it's snowing now. This music feels so familiar by this point. Wow, a new basketball? Thanks, bro. No problem, Cal. You can thank me by doing a little better in school. You bet. Okay, Sunny, it's time for you to open your present. Yeah, Sunny's birthday. Maybe not. No, the violin, when he got the violin. This year, you just get one present from all of us. It probably doesn't look like much, but we all had to save up for it together. Yeah, me and Basil even started selling cookies and lemonade in the summer. Oh. And Mari and I took a job at the bakery for a while, if you remember. And me, I had to deliver some newspapers every morning for like 3 months. And you know how much I hate mornings. I relate to that. That's a mood. We know this might be a lot of pressure, but it's been a while since you quit playing the violin. Mari told us how you always sat in the room with her when she practiced the piano, and there was even that one time I caught you trying to play your old mini violin, even though it's too small for you. Anyway, this was Basil's idea. Yeah. Basil feels like the glue that holds this friend group together. But we all decided to pitch in for a really nice one, so yeah. We hope you like it, Sunny. This is from all of us to you. Was music a form of expression? It's interesting that they're not showing Sunny's face. Granted, like, I feel like it's from Sunny's perspective, but was Sunny actually smiling? It's your very own violin. We hope you like it, Sunny. Go on and try it out. That takes a lot, though. You gotta tune it, you gotta like tighten the bow and resin it up and all that stuff. You felt a tingling in your fingers, as if on its own, your body readied the violin to play. It's the same note from that opening, from that thing we've been hearing from the piano room. That's the same opening note. Pretty sure. You remembered the anxious feeling in your heart as you played the first note on your new violin. That it scared you, but you didn't mind. Kind of that type of anxiety when we're looking forward to something. Eagerness type. Because they believed in you, and no matter what, you didn't want to disappoint them, because they were your friends. The violin regained its shape. There's 2 of them. I don't have to make... Oh, there's more than 2. Okay, I don't have to actually make a choice, do I? It's like, if so, that's a lot of potential choices. This music is different. Sunny, you're finally here. After this point, it's going to be up to you. You know, before we met, I had a lot of trouble fitting in. Even after we all became friends, I always assumed you were going to leave me eventually. But when the others are busy doing things, you always seem to have time for me. Because Sunny had a crush on you. You would listen to me talk for hours and hours. I could always rely on you to do that. Is that a violin and a piano for the music? Some stringed instrument and piano. I know we've missed out on each other for the past few years, but it doesn't have to stay that way. People always tell me I'm dense or that I'm kind of careless, but I'll always be here if you're okay with that. Sunny, we know that you're not someone who likes to take the lead. This has been really hard for you, but you have to put a little bit of trust in us too. Just because you've done something bad doesn't make you bad. These characters are first off like the younger versions of these characters, and they also, in theory, from my assumptions, don't know about this. So this is like Sunny's mind making that distinction between our choices and our actions are not us, which is very true. You've had to live with this pain for so long, and you've been keeping it all inside. It might be easier to ignore your problems, but it's okay to cry about them too. True. There's more times to come, life gets better, and you can be the one to make that happen. Oh, see, now they're the current versions. Whatever happens next is going to be your call. But we're here for you because you want us to be. Very true, like if this is the dream world, Black Space Omori could make that not happen. And I don't mean that in like a violent way. And we really hope that this isn't goodbye. No matter how far you push your feelings down, they'll always come back somehow. And what you do with those feelings, that will be your truth. Hey, Sunny. Break a leg for me, alright? Whatever you end up choosing, we always want what's best for you. Keep us in your thoughts. We'll be cheering you on. You can do this, Sunny. I hope to stick with you until the very end. Yeah, we'll always be best friends. That's okay with you too, right? I have no idea what is next, but I've been playing for a good solid chunk of time. So I feel like stopping this video here. In this video, we've had this interesting kind of chain of events. We went from the horror of the black space to learning what happened with Mari and the parts that these characters played in that, which is really sad. None of it seems purposeful, but that doesn't make it any more difficult to deal with because our perception is so big. How do I... When we talk about trauma, trauma can cause us to have a shift in our perspective and how we see the world or how we see ourselves. And it's like getting a new prescription in our glasses. Because, I mean, I obviously wear glasses, and when I get a new prescription, it quite literally changes how I see the world and how I see myself, right? Looking in the mirror, ironically, with Omori, we see that stuff happen. And trauma can be like that. It's like getting our prescription changed so we see things differently. And it doesn't matter at a certain point what actually happened. It matters how we see it and how we see ourselves with that. It matters what the prescription is in our glasses, to continue that analogy. And so we don't have a ton of details about what happened with these characters. I'm assuming it's an accident. That doesn't matter with trauma, though. Trauma is so much about like how we perceive that event, how much we blame, shame, and guilt ourselves. And then what happens too is we take that perception of what happened and we apply it to other things in our life. And that's incredibly hard to deal with. We don't always recognize that lens has been changed. We don't always see all the subtle differences that can happen because of that. And the game is showing this in a way that is big and obvious. It's hard to ignore. But trauma impacts a lot of us, and it is very much something that can be difficult to notice and difficult to handle. I don't know how much of the beginning of this video will be shown because there's a lot of content warning. There's a lot of stuff that can potentially be triggering for people. But I would really like to hear what your guys' thoughts are on the video and the game, and then I will see you guys in the next video.